Gotcha. All right, camera shy or not, Troy's gonna do the operation on this 2006 Chevrolet Silverado. We just got done doing a boatload of work to it. Rebuilt the front brakes, cleaned and adjusted the rear brakes, changed the exhaust manifold gaskets and the Y pipe collector tube seals. And now we need to finish this project off with a full system brake fluid exchange, because that fluid in there is burnt, nasty, destroyed, and it needs to be replaced. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna use some BG fluid with the power flush machine. It's the PF7, that's the model name of the unit. Basically, we've got a pressure vessel here. We're gonna connect shop air to it. We're gonna pump fresh fluid into the brake master cylinder reservoir. Then we're gonna connect the vacuum pump on the machine to each one of the individual wheel cylinders. We're gonna suction out the old fluid and pump in new fluid at the same time. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you? You're ready. He's ready. He's ready, guys. We're gonna do it. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is kind of gonna be like a hybrid training video. So I'm actually gonna talk to him, and I'm not really gonna talk to you. You guys are just gonna hang out here with me while we go through this. So Troy, what we need to do, since we're gonna be removing all that fluid and pumping in new fluid, the rule of thumb is when bleeding is that we start from the farthest wheel away from the master cylinder and then move to the next farthest or the next closest, and then the next and the next. So we're gonna start at the right rear, we're gonna go to the left rear, then the right front, and we're gonna finish it off here at the driver's side, left front. Does that make sense? Yeah. The reason being is when we move into the next wheel that's closer, that line has already been purged because the rears are gonna share one single line going back. All right, come on over here, let's fetch the machine and get this thing set up. So first things first, we're going to need to install some new brake fluid from a sealed container into the pressure vessel. Do we have fluid out of the Volta viscosity? Negative? We do not. Let us go fetch some fluid. Beat you to it, you walk slow. Let's see what we got in here. There we go. We're gonna end up using, not that, we're gonna use 2 quarts because the master cylinder on that truck is gonna hold almost 1 entire quart. So we need 1 quart for flushing, and then we need 1 quart to fill the master cylinder. All right, so grab one of these, bust it open, and then fill up the pressure unit, the pressure vessel. That's what I call it. I don't know what BG calls it, but that's what I call it. Pull that thing up all the way, and as it says on the label, hand tighten the cap. It's not gonna work. Ha! That works. Look, you just contaminated the fluid with your fingers. You ruined it. Not really, it's good. Don't worry about it. Fill it on up. Good. It's got a screen in there to prevent contaminants from entering the system. Glug, glug, glug. Don't spill. Beautiful. All right, stick the cap on there. And then hand tight only. It's got an O-ring on the cap. So making it tight doesn't make it seal, the O-ring makes it seal. Don't cross thread it.
You said cross thread it?
No, don't cross thread it.
Hand tight.
There you go. Don't cross thread it. Next, what I want you to do is take the shop air hose, connect that to the fitting on the machine, and then you're gonna turn on the vacuum pump, okay? Okay. Because what we need to do is we're gonna take the vacuum line here, and we're gonna suck out all the fluid that's in that master cylinder, and then refill that master with however much we can out of this other fresh bottle. Yep, go ahead and suction on. There you go, all the way on. Just stick that guy down in the hole, pull out whatever else you can. Ninja Judo. Oh!
There's 2 valleys, right?
There's gonna be 2 chambers in here. There's 1 chamber for the front brakes and 1 chamber for the rear brakes. They're connected at the top, so if you fill it up all the way, it'll spill over and then fill the other chamber, but if you can get that into the second chamber, that's best. If you can't, then you can't, it is what it is. All right, I think you got it all, so let's pull that guy out. Shut down the vacuum on the machine because it's just gonna click away and be annoying. And I'm gonna fill this guy back up. Trying to see where the level is. It's in there somewhere. Now it's okay if we overfill this because once we're done and we compress the calipers with the brake pedal inside, it's gonna drop the fluid level, and additionally we can still use the vacuum hose to set the final level. But I like to get this as full as possible. That way there's not a bunch of air in there to be compressed when we apply pressure to it. So now let's go ahead and connect the fitting, connect that adapter to it. That's the adapter that connects the pressure side of the machine to the brake system. So click that thing on and screw it in. There you go, that's it. And then kind of tighten that some.
Okay.
It's threaded, so once you click the base on, because the base has those little ears on it, once you turn that and the base engages, you can turn the top of it and it'll thread down and push that diaphragm against the top of that reservoir. Okay, now grab the other line. Actually, real quick, the machine's under pressure, right?
Right.
You don't need to hold. Here, get those off there. Those don't need to be there, because those are going to be strung all over the place. You got it? Okay, that's the pressure line. Don't open that.
I'm not opening it.
No, the system's under pressure. Look. So take your air line off, because you don't want to do any kind of hose connections with the air line on. Then we dump the pressure out. See that? Now, go ahead and hook that hose up to the fitting on top of the reservoir. It's just like a quick disconnect for like an airline. Okay? Now open the valve slowly.
Oh.
Okay. Actually, I told you wrong. Close the valve. Oh. Sideways is closed. 90 degrees from the line is closed. If it's parallel with the line, then it's open. So that's closed. Now put your shop air back on. Connect that guy to the fitting. Check your gauge. We have pressure. This knob right here, this can adjust our pressure, okay? Okay. I like 12 pounds. 12 PSI is good. See that? Okay, so now we have charged brake fluid under pressure. There's 12 PSI of brake fluid right here, up to that point. So you're gonna slowly crack that open and then make sure that that fitting right there does not leak. You should feel the fluid start to flow through it.
Yeah, I feel it.
Feel it right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so now the system is pressurized right here at the master cylinder. So what we can do is go ahead and click the vacuum back on, and then you take your vacuum line and bring that around over to the right rear. Here, I'll do it for you. There you go. So take that over to the right rear and then find the bleeder valve. It'll reach.
How am I gonna get over there?
Go under the car. Okay, we're off in the right rear wheel well here. So take your hook and hang that on your leaf spring, and then on the back of our brake, you see where the brake cylinder is, pull the cap off the bleeder valve. Little rubber cap there, set that aside. Now break that bleeder valve loose a little bit. Push down, unclick.
Got it.
Right, take the wrench off and open it a little bit more. We want to see some fluid start
Oh, I
to
see
flow.
fluid.
Yeah. No, not yet.
Not yet?
Go turn on. Why do we not have vacuum over here?
We do.
We do? We
Yeah.
feel it. I guess we can't hear the... Okay, we do have vacuum. All right, stick that on. And then use the open inside of your wrench to open that valve a little bit more. We want to get some fluid flow through there, okay? Yeah, you're not getting it. I'm getting a mosquito. There's a mosquito biting me.
There we go.
You got it? So you got some fluid flow going through that line? I can see it. All right. So now let's go back to the machine and we'll check the marks on the pressure vessel to see how much fluid has been displaced. Yeah, they always bite me in the ankles. I think it's because my feet stink. Silly mosquitoes. Yeah, I know. You shouldn't wear shorts. That's why. Well, it's hot outside, so I can wear shorts if I want to. Now what you'll notice is it's got a provision right here for the master cylinder. We've already done that. So we're gonna pretend that these marks are actually up here. So what I wanna do is let this thing go down until it's about halfway through.
Yeah.
And that should be enough to accommodate for the right rear, plus the ABS pump, plus all the lines. Okay, let's check the status of the condition of the fluid over here on our right rear. So real easy, all I'm gonna do is we're gonna reach in and close that valve off. Let's give it a little turn. I realize this is under vacuum, but I like to close the valve when changing state of the vacuum line, because air can still be sucked in after you take that off, because what can happen is this thing can actually pull more fluid through than how much is being pressurized through, so it'll put the system in a vacuum. Then when you take that line off, it'll suck air in real quick, and then you've got to purge that air out. So I just like to go ahead and close it straight from the get-go. But what we do is, after we think we've done enough, we crack this open and look at the condition of that fluid. See how clean that is? That's brand new, nice fluid. So we can close this off. We'll give it a one more turn with the box inside right there. Close that, good. And then put your little cap back on it. You gotta get your cap. Always get your cap.
No cap?
No cap. No yes cap. Okay, grab your vacuum line and let's move over to the driver's side rear on the other side of the truck. Okay, repeat procedure. Grab your wrench, pull your cap. Yeah, pull the cap off. Don't lose it. And then break that loose with your wrench first before you put your hose on. This is real easy. It only gets hard if you let air get into it. So break it loose. Push, 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 push. There you go. Okay, a little more. You got flow. This is good. Stick your thing on there. Begin vacuuming now.
Open it a little more?
Yeah, if you can. Get like a quarter turn on it. He lives his life a quarter turn at a time. It's like your jokes are so dad jokes.
Yeah.
These youngins don't like the dad jokes. Don't worry. You'll reach dad joke age eventually. I promise. All right, coming back and taking a look at our pressure device here. You can see our fluids coming down. We're gonna go ahead and stop this. We let the other side go a little too far, so we're gonna stop this one like right about the W, somewhere around there. And then we can do the front wheels. And we do not ever want to let this thing go past the W4 mark, okay? So that we're gonna keep that much fluid in there as a minimum, all right?
Okay.
A few moments later, let's go ahead and check our fluid condition here. Come on down. Okay, grab your wrench, and again, close your valve because we don't want the air to get in there. Close it. Oh, ah, you failed. Too late. Here, just go ahead and pull it off. It already broke the seal, so to speak. Yeah, just take that off. We want to see what kind of condition the fluid's in. Open the valve. Is it clean fluid or is it dirty fluid?
Clean?
Yeah, see the air? See those little air bubbles?
Yeah.
Okay, use your open end. Flip your wrench around. Because you get more you can get better angles to work at it. Open it some. Yeah, that fluid's nice and clean. All right, go ahead and close it. That's brand new fluid coming out. So close it till it stops, then use your boxed end of your wrench to put some torque on it. Just a wee bit, there you go. Put your cap back on. And we're gonna tote this hose over to the right front, okay? The right front's easier, there's more space to work on. Bring it on over, go, go, go. Go, 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 quick, go, 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 hustle, go. Okay, right front caliper. Hang that thing somewhere, pull your cap, just hang that like, stick it in there. Look. There you go. Now it can't go anywhere. All right, pop that thing open. Break it loose first. There you go. Now put your hose on it. And then put it on all the way. There you go. And then just open it up with the open end. And we've got flow. And then let it ride for a little while. Just like that. Let's go check our machine. All right, the machine's starting to come down a little bit. Now keep in mind, these calipers, those were full of air when we started. Remember, because I just changed those calipers. So, go ahead and close that valve off. You closed? Yeah. Okay, pull your hose off. There you go. Now, open up that valve a little bit. And see what kind of fluid we get out of it. Saw some air. Open a little more. Okay, that's still got a yellow tint to it. Okay, put your hose back on. Open it up, we're gonna let it flow some more. There you go. Open it a little bit more. Yeah, right about that, that's perfect. You can leave that alone. Now come over here, you gotta check your machine. Leave that alone.
This hose wants to fall off.
No, it won't. See? It's good. It's good. Come here, quick, check your machine. What if we run out of fluid? It'll pump air into it, then we gotta do it all over again. You don't wanna do that, right?
Yeah.
So where are we at? Where do you want to stop? What are you thinking?
About here?
I'd say that's great. Because that leaves all this fluid for that caliper, right? Okay, so let's let it ride till we get right down to there. Waiting game, stir it back. Well, if your hose wants to fall off, you can just kind of arrange it so it won't fall off. See, if it's got all this other weight dangling off of it, that's what the hook's for. So you can move this around to take up some of that weight of the hose. Ah, that way it can't fall off like what it just did. That's not what we want. You see that? There. Troy's like, I've made an error in judgment. Okay, revisiting. We're at the mark. Go ahead and close your valve. Go ahead and close it off. We're right at the W2 mark. That's wheel 2. Close that guy off and then pull your vacuum line away. Okay, give it a second so it can build up some pressure. That's been a second. Okay, crack that guy open. And let's see what kind of condition we get. There we go, that's nice and clear. I like it. Open it a little bit more. Let's check for some air. I see no bubbles. Okay, close it. Close it. Make it tight with your box end. The open end is like the slip, but the box ends are good. Okay, grab your hose and your wrench and let's go do the driver's front.
Hold on, Cap.
Yeah. Okay. Continuing, you know what to do. I'm not gonna tell you how to do this one. You do it all by yourself.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you do. If you don't remember, then you need Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain. Oh, you dropped something. There it is. It's right there on the floor. Found it. How's that working out? Nope. Crack it open with your box in first, because it's got better grips. There you go. And stick your line on it, and then use your open end to open it more. Just like so. Perfect. That's good. All you need is like a half turn or a quarter turn. If you open it too much, what will happen is it'll start to let air get sucked in through the threads, and it'll just suck air in through the fitting there, and you'll lose vacuum in the rest of the system, and that's not what we want to do. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Now this part's critical. Look around behind you. We don't want to let that go past that W4 line. See that? If it goes past that, there's danger that it's going to start to suction in some air. And I know that they say that there's a check valve in here, and if it goes too low, it'll stop flow. I don't care. I'm not even going to give it the opportunity to fail and introduce air. So that's my personal minimum. That's my cutoff. Okay, we have reached the W4 mark. You know the drill. Go ahead and close your valve. Close it. Oh, you took the hose off. You know. All right, is it closed? Yeah. Okay, pull your hose off again, and then open it up, and let's see what kind of fluid we get. We're checking for air bubbles, and we're checking for yellowish brown fluid. What do you got there? No air bubbles and no yellow brown fluid. Wonderful. Go ahead and close it up. Close it, close it, close it. And then make it tight. Give it some clicks. All right. Put your cap back on. Come on out of that wheel well because it's hot down there. Here, let's shut down some noises here. Suction pump off, and the compressor kicked on, but I'm gonna shut that off too. There. Okay, so now dump the pressure. So it's all gone. If you disconnect this with pressure in the system, it will spew brake fluid out at you.
Oh,
that's
nice.
not okay.
Big red button.
Yeah. Is it empty? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now you can close that valve. Isolate the machine from the vehicle, and then you can disconnect the quick disconnect. Pull that guy off. Good. Set the hose aside, and now you can remove the adapter. And we will check the fluid condition and level from that point. So let's see what we've got in there. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful. Nice, shiny-ish new fluid. All right, so next, hop into the cabin, and you're gonna pump the pedal on the brakes. What we need to do is make sure that those pistons and those calipers have collapsed and are pressing the pads against the rotor. So hop in, pump the pedal a few times until you start to feel it get hard, and then we can recheck level one more time. You gotta do it with your foot. Now remember, this thing came in with like locked up and overheated and hot spotted rotors, right?
Yeah.
We still have to make sure So like we fixed all the stuff that was damaged and everything. We still have to make sure something's not causing those brakes to hang up. Because if we let this thing ride and there's an issue like with the ABS pump or the brake master cylinder or something like that, and it smokes those brakes, we got to buy more brakes, do it again, and then still we have to go back and find what the problem is. So we got to remember where we started from, and we started with a lot of unknowns. So it was all damaged and whatnot.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So how's that pedal feel?
It's gotten to a point where it
Feels like a Chevy pedal?
Yeah.
All right, so hold your brake pedal down real quick.
down.
I'm just gonna check these, make sure that they're engaging. Yeah, that one is. And we're gonna make sure they're not locking up also. Okay, I can't turn them. Let off the pedal, okay? I should be able to turn this. Yepper, that's not locking up. And also not locking up. Hit the pedal. Yeah, yeah, perfect, let go. Beautiful, all right. So we're good here. That's all seems to be working as designed. Let's come over here and check out our fluid master level, master reservoir, cylinder level words. You guys know what I meant. What do you guys think? What do you think? Troy, what do you think? What do you think about our brake fluid level over here?
it looks pretty full.
Is it full?
Probably too much.
Is it too much full? What do we do about that? You've got tools at your disposal.
Do we need to suck it out?
Yes, sir, we do. So, how are we gonna do that?
We put this on here.
Reconnecting.
Put air hose.
Okay.
Okay. And then we do these.
Fire that back up. Get your suction hose. Now, we've got brand new friction material in the front, right?
Yeah.
Really good friction material in the back, right?
Yeah.
So, we only need to set this to the maximum level, right?
Okay.
Go ahead and suction it down until the... Okay, there you go, now you can see. Oh, right on, you're right below the max. Perfect. Okay, power it all back down again. And also disconnect and dump your pressure.
Oh.
Disconnect the line first. You gotta watch. Let me show you. If you dump the pressure, is that line connected? Watch what it does. It just builds pressure back up because there's the valves inside leak. They all do it.
If I do
Disconnect that, then you can dump your pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably turn the regulator like all the way down, but that's not necessary. I just disconnect it.
Yeah.
I think that's easier. Okay, so now we need to clean the mess that we made, don't we?
Pretty much.
Brake fluid spilled everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Gotta clean that up. Let's go clean that up. To the brake clean stash. It's in here somewhere. Ah, there you go. There you go. That's for you. I want one for me too.
You get one side, you get one?
Yes. Now hang on. We don't need to go all like crazy on this. Just a little bit crazy. There you go. Sufficient.
How dare you?
Next, just spray. I mean, you can use water too because brake fluid is hygroscopic, meaning it will dissolve in H2O. So we could dump water on it, but why dump water when we have chemicals?
Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
Right? I'm horrible. Like, you're ruining the environment. Dumping chemicals everywhere.
People are dying.
All right, we're kind of good to go. Let's get the wheels back on this beast, and we'll take it out on the ROAD. We have to burnish in the front brakes. Send it. Next. Good. Okie dokie, wheels are on and torque, truck is on the ground. Let's take this thing out on the ROAD and burn it in our new front brake assembly. Get rid of that. Pull that guy aside. Troy, you ready to roll? Hey, we're working here. Get in the truck.
I'm coming.
What are you doing over there? I'm like talking to him and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna go over here. Like, come on, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Get in the truck, get in the van.
Get in the truck.
Emilio, get in the van. All right, we're gonna go out, we're gonna burnish these brakes, restarting the engine. Before we go anywhere, before we drive anywhere, we're gonna make sure the pedal feels good one more time. Here's how I like to do this on a major brake repair. Neutral, right? Foot on the brake, and then in drive. Just in case it lets go or we have no brake action, it's unlikely but possible. Or maybe we forgot to pump the pedal up. So anytime I pull out a brake job, I start in neutral. That way you're prepared to throw it back in reverse or in park. You don't run somebody over. Because if I ran over like the wife units, that would be not okay.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to do that. You ready to roll? Honking for safety. See, we got everyone's attention. They're looking at us now.
Is that fan in the way?
No, I'll just run it over. Okay. So what we got to do to circumnavigate the door of death is cut it out wide, like so. Drive over here towards the Aris, and then we'll go full lock in that direction and pull it right out. We're gonna do this in one shot too, and clear the door. Both doors, all doors, multiple doors, and the trash cans, and the fans, and the door that's open. Beautiful, just like that, look at that.
Magic. Brakes
still feel good, I like it. All right, now what we need to do, it's called burnishing. You see the pads, and especially the rotors, they have microscopic peaks and valleys in their machine surface, okay?
Okay.
I'll tell you after you open the gate. See what I just did there?
Let me out!
Get out! See, I have a gate opener. All right, come on in. Watch this, this is gonna be great. Yeah, go ahead and close it. Unlock. I couldn't help myself. All right, seatbelts, man, click it or ticket. So anyway, as I was saying before I tried to drive away, there's microscopic peaks and valleys in that rotor surface, and we want to brake very lightly. What's going to happen is the pads are going to wear out, and it's going to wear and fill those microscopic valleys with some of the padded surface, or some of the pad material, and it's going to mate the two surfaces together. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do. So coming up to the light, very light pedal pressure. We're just going to come to a slow down, or a slow paced slow down. We want to avoid stopping if possible. What can happen during this procedure is if you stop and you keep pedal pressure on the brake pedal, it can actually embed extra material into that section of the rotor, and it can cause a difference in the friction coefficient, and that'll create a vibration, and that's not what we want. We want a smooth brake event, not a vibrating brake event. Should we end up in a position where we have to stop, then it's best to just like kick it into neutral, like right about now. We'll just put it into neutral, or just keep creeping forward very slowly with no brake pedal pressure. And ready to roll, here we go. Okay, we have crested the top of the bridge. Again, we're gonna apply some light pedal pressure and just kind of coast all the way down, keeping light pedal pressure. Switching lanes. I use my turn signal for safety. It's so other drivers know what I intend to do. It's a skill lost here in Florida.
Facts.
It is. Now we're gonna end up stopping up here because we've got the red arrow. So we'll coast up to it. I'll click it into neutral. And now I do not have to apply a bunch of brake pedal pressure. Creeping forward. What we're going to do is we're going to initiate like 5 or 6 of these types of stops, and then after that we get into some heavier stops. Nothing crazy, we just want to drive kind of normal. You know, we don't want to do like a 90 to 0 stop or anything like that. We just want a lot of brake motion between the pads and the rotor with minimal pressure. That's kind of the goal here. Okay. You see how I'm letting off and I'm just letting it creep up every inch or so? It's because I don't want that stuff to embed, especially with these particular rotors, because these were coated rotors. Did you see how they were black? That's like a coating or whatever, and that's supposed to help with the burnishing process, but if done improperly, it'll immediately cause vibrations, thus negating all of our efforts.
No bueno.
Exactly. These are actually pretty good pads and rotors. These are what I put on my truck, and I kind of like them. Anyway, green light. So we're not going back to the shop just yet, because we have to initiate some more stops. You know, I've told folks similar things. Like I've said these conversations with customers before. I give them their car back and I tell them don't do this and don't do that. And I've ridden with them and man, they've gotten in and just immediately stood on the brake pedal. And I'm like, that is the exact opposite of what the instructions were. And I don't understand. That's what people do, I guess. They do whatever they want.
I don't get it.
No comprende. And a little bit of pedal pressure. Yeah, just a couple slowdowns. We don't even have to have a complete stop. And another slowdown. We'll do a few of these. What we're gonna do is go all the way down past the school. Then we'll make a right. We'll get back on the big road, and then we'll do like a 60 or 70 slowdown down to 35. Traffic and safety permitting, of course. Do that again. Moo. That calf's like, what are you doing? You ain't my daddy. Oh, there he goes. Moo. All right, right turn, back to the big road. Is that cow chasing us? No, it ran over to mom, didn't it?
It's okay.
More steam! Maximum horsepowers. Alright, so with the exception of like one miniature van, like we can see you, we can both see you. With the exception of one miniature van behind us, there is no traffic, so we're gonna do this 64 to, call it like a 30-mile-per-hour slowdown. Just some light pedal pressure. Alright. Back on it again. Maximum steam. Alright, feels good. No crazy pulls to either direction when braking. We also want to look for that, especially in this particular instance, because we did find that right front caliper had the pad that fell out of it, and there's always suspicion that the thing could get hung up and cause a pull, which we do not have that that situation occurring. So we're good. This is in good shape. I think we're all set here. Okie dokie, back to the shop we go. The last thing on my list of things to do with this truck is to check in on that service engine soon warning indicator that is currently indicated. And other than that, this operation is good to go. So that being said, we would like to thank you guys for watching this video. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If in fact you did enjoy this video, please feel free to let us know about that in the comment section down below. Don't forget to tap that like button while you're down there. And most importantly, don't forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. In a video, in a Chevrolet, in a brake job, in a transmission. Parking the auto. Powering down. Pew!